Welcome back, everybody. This is the First Floor Podcast. I'm Brandon. That's Nick. This is Justin. We got a very special guest today. This is Micheal Wooten.
Hi, Michael.
What up, guys?
Michael.
Yeah.
MCU extraordinaire, correct?
Correct.
All right, because that's what we're talking about today, so I hope you're ready. All right. So,
whoa. Plug the channel.
Oh,
yeah,
subscribe to my YouTube, Monster Mike on YouTube, but also Monster Mike on TikTok. I'm dropping a lot of horror games, Let's Play content. So if you want to see that, Nick, hop off, bro.
That's not something.
You didn't have to, gang, but get after that.
Get at my boy on YouTube.
Yeah.
yeah, this kid's a natural, guys. But we got you on today. We're going to delve into the MCU. We're going to kind of experiment as well with some different, segments of the podcast. But what do you guys feel like we learned from the first podcast? You feel like, I know what I learned for sure.
I need to stop interrupting people.
Yep.
All right, don't agree that quickly.
Go ahead.
I mean, I feel like, there's a little, authenticity with that, but I mean, it's all right. Like, as in, like, interjecting like that, that's how we talk.
Oh,
so.
and apparently I got crucified by my entire family on my voice was being deeper, apparently.
I got mixed up with you guys.
You know he was
sometimes.
doing that.
Everyone says that.
What?
Like, sometimes when y'all would talk, I was like, who's talking? Was it you or him?
Oh,
I think it was only for, like, very small amount of times.
I could honestly see that. I did as well. I was like, at certain points, I was like, I wonder if they think this is going to be Nick or me. But I will say I learned that I say like and a lot, specifically like. I remember I was explaining something, and I think I said it like 10 times in one sentence, and it was after every word.
Oh, no, I thought it was good, though.
It was egregious.
I feel like most people do that, though. Like, say like and after everything. So,
I was definitely more nervous then than I am now. I think I'm a little calmed down now. But, yeah, it was rough. Like, editing it was pretty rough.
Oh, yeah, I definitely got that. My first video, especially with the audio quality. Mm. Oh, my gosh.
Fishbowl Mike.
Chill.
All right. As soon as the first podcast finished, I thought about this segment, and I'm calling it Game Time as of right now. Put a little asterisk next to it. Ooh. But we went over so many old games that I thought it would be fun to read out descriptions of games from various, points in time, and then see if you guys can guess the game just by the description.
Okay. Wait, are these going to be like games that we know, or is it going to be like off the wall?
The games that you like.
It's going to be it's like a fair mix of like games you're probably very familiar with versus games not so much. Okay. I tried to go pretty fair on the first one. So we've got a game, we got an older game, and then we've got a 2010s game. So we got pre-2010, 2010s, and then we've got a pretty recent game. And I think it's a pretty fair split between all of you guys.
Is one of them Dragon Age Revolt?
No.
That was a crazy guess. I'm not gonna lie.
That was a crazy pick for his top 5.
Oh, yeah.
And they gotta watch the first pod to know what they were talking about, though.
Yeah.
The
first
podcast.
Watch the first podcast.
I'm doing that so they go back and listen. Then we get more views, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Getting a good plug. All right, you guys ready?
First Floor Podcast.
So here's what I will say. I will tell you the year it came out, the publisher, and I'll give a general description of the game, of course, excluding any, the title of the game itself. But I'm just reading descriptions from like Wikipedia and Steam and everything like that.
Do we get any hints?
No hints.
Besides the date of release and the publisher / developer, I'm gonna say that's about it.
We going around and like guessing?
Yeah. So,
I feel like we can work as a team on this.
No, it's individual. I want to see who's got
the best game.
Keep an ongoing record. Right?
Oh, do you get around too, or no? You come out with them.
All right, keep them to yourselves until the end, so nobody can guess. Right, so just keep them all to yourself. All right, first one. All right, this is a role-playing game developed by BioWare, published by Electronic Arts. It is the first game of a franchise set in the fictional kingdom of Ferelden during a period of civil strife. The game puts the player in the role of a warrior, mage, or rogue coming from an elven, human, or dwarven background. The player character is recruited into the Grey Wardens, an ancient order that stands against monstrous forces known as Darkspawn, and is tasked with defeating the archdemon that commands them and ending their invasion.
Can I go Raid Shadow Legends HD as in Baldur's Gate 3?
Okay, you're saying Baldur's Gate 3?
Oh, I'm saying you said it's the first one, so Baldur's Gate 1.
Baldur's Gate 1.
Is it the first? We didn't get what year it was, did we?
It's sorry. Developed by BioWare, published by Electronic Arts. It came out in 2009.
Yeah. I'm going to go Baldur's Gate 1.
Baldur's Gate 1. All right.
You are heavily wrong on that one.
Michael, what do you
Okay,
got?
when did you say it was published?
2009.
How long has World of Warcraft been out? Longer than that? It's not that one. Let's go.
Hey, you're cooked by Bruce, bro.
Yo, chill. Yo, Bruce, I'm sorry, cousin. My fault, gang.
Your guess was not even.
Let's go. Dang, I might have to go with Booty Gate 1 as well.
So you're both going Baldur's Gate 1.
Yeah, because
All right.
I don't know enough.
I'll
games
reveal
like
the
that.
answers at the end also.
Okay.
I do this little what do you got, Nick?
I think it's your Dragon Age game.
So
that
you're
you
going
like.
Dragon Age Origins?
Is it? Yeah, Origins, not Inquisition. Origins.
Okay, Dragon Age Origins.
Roll.
So,
Yeah.
all right, second game. Second
Oh, we
game,
don't get a reveal?
We're going to reveal them all at the end,
Oh.
so we know I can keep a running tally. So, second game, I'm about to say the name every time I start reading it, and I'm like, wait a minute. Second game came out in 2014, developed and published by Bungie. And the description is set in a mythical science fiction world. The game features a multiplayer shared world environment with elements of role-playing games. Activities in this game are divided among player versus environment, PvE, and player versus player, PvP game styles. In addition to normal story missions, PvE features 3-player strikes and 6-player raids. A free roam patrol mode is also available for each destination, which features public events. PvP features objective-based modes as well as a traditional deathmatch game mode.
Make Michael guess first, and then
Michael,
I'll guess
what do
first
you
and
got?
last.
I was thinking I could go after them.
No.
Since I'm the guest.
Yeah, he's trying to steal
Yeah.
answers.
He's trying to cheese
Go
because
ahead.
me doesn't know what it is.
Well, I
Okay,
definitely know
so
what
Justin
it
went. It was Justin, Michael, Nick. Now let's go Michael, Nick, Justin, and then
Yep.
Oh yeah, 2014. I can't think of much games in 2014. I'm not gonna lie to you, Brandon. So I might be cooked.
Yeah, you are.
Can we guess a game?
Yo, do I get options or no? Do I
No
do I
option.
ABCD? I'm cooked.
No option.
Pass. Because there's no way I can just guess
Well,
that.
okay,
Throw
so
a game.
Here's an extra thing. All right, so it's developed by Bungie. All right, this
You're not giving
game
hints.
marked Bungie's first new console franchise since the Halo series, and it was the first game in a 10-year agreement between Bungie and Activision.
Well, I can't say you have 100% played this game.
I've played this game.
I know you have.
It's first person shooter.
No.
Yeah,
But that's
it
all I'm
is.
gonna say. You've 100% played this game.
I will say I'll also give you it is a first person shooter.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that can be like the final hint. Is
Yeah.
the genre.
Yeah.
You've 100% played this game.
100%.
Is EA a part of it or no?
No. It's Bungie and Activision.
It's strictly Bungie.
And
Bungie
Activision.
And yeah, I guess.
and Activision.
Yeah.
What kind of game is that?
You've
Are
played
you
it
stalling
100%.
so hard?
I don't know the answer. Yo,
Give me the timer countdown.
I don't have
Shot
an
clock.
answer.
5.
But let's go. You said what?
4.
Halo 3, just to be safe.
You're on Halo 3.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Nick, what
All
do you
right.
got?
Final answer. Layup line. I'm gonna go with Destiny 2.
Okay.
Is this Destiny 2? Is Destiny 2 that early? Or that
Yes.
2014?
Destiny 1 didn't have public events.
Yes, it did.
They did.
Destiny 2 hasn't been out for how long? We're going on.
Destiny
Nah,
2
it has
came
not
out-
been out for like 10 years. There's no way. Destiny
I
2
thought
has
Destiny
not
2
been out for
was.
10 years.
I didn't
Are
know
you
we were
sure?
talking about Destiny.
I'm like almost positive. 10 years is a long.
Technically, I can't change my answer, so I might be cooked. But
I'll
it's-
guess Destiny 1, but
it's
I don't
definitely
think.
Destiny.
I don't.
So-
It's one of the Destiny games.
Michael's Halo 3, Nick is Destiny 2, Justin's Destiny 1.
I don't think Destiny 2 came out.
I think you might be right.
I don't think Destiny 2's been out for 10
I still don't.
years.
I mean, I'll take that one on the chin.
No,
if I'm
Destiny
wrong.
2 came out 2016, I'm pretty sure.
So that final answer is right. What we
Destiny
said?
1 was only out for 2 years.
Oh, no. No, it hasn't been out for 10 years. There's no way.
Destiny.
We're locking
I'll go
our
at
answers.
Destiny 1.
We're locking our
No,
answers.
you
Do I
said
get to change
Destiny
my
2.
answer?
I'm
No,
going
everybody
Destiny
locked
1.
them.
You
Everybody
might
locked
be
them in.
right, but I just don't think it's been
I
out
don't
that
think.
long.
I think you're right.
The last one, it's a very quick description, but I will give you a thing. This is a very new game. It came out in 2023. It was developed by NeoWiz. I never heard of that company, but that's the developers. The description is This game is a thrilling Souls-like that takes the story of Pinocchio, turns it on
I
its
know
head,
it. I 100% know it.
and sets it against
it.
the darkly elegant backdrop of the
100% know
Belle.
it.
I think it's. The Belle Epoch era. I think that's how you say that.
Yeah, that's right. Let them go first because I 100% know the game.
All right, Nick, lock in, bro.
Yeah, Nick, you're actually going first, Nick. So
Let Michael go second.
No, sir. You know the rotation.
Because I don't think that's going to be fair. He's going to get the answer from me.
It wasn't fair to me. I was first and didn't know the answer.
Read it to me again. It's like a spin on Pinocchio.
It is a thrilling Souls-like game that takes the story of
It's 100%.
Pinocchio,
I was thinking about buying this game.
turns it on its head, and sets it against the darkly elegant backdrop of the Belle Epoch era.
I'll give you a hint. It was at the Game Awards last year.
Yeah.
For like
It's a Souls-like.
3 or 4.
When Baldur's Gate Game Awards or
It wasn't. I don't think in the Game of the Year, but it was 100% at
the Baldur's Gate Awards.
Yeah. So last Game Awards this past year.
Really?
Moist Critical really thinks this game is good, but he hasn't played it yet.
My only guess is this probably is wrong. The only thing my brain can think of is Alan Wake 2.
No.
No, I don't.
So Michael, what's your guess?
It's you.
No, you got to go.
Yeah.
He's gonna get the answer from me.
That's fine.
Okay,
I
that's
don't
fine.
need your answer.
Plague's Tale Requiem.
I'm gonna go with the Lies of P.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
Liza P. I have heard about that game. I never would have guessed that. Therefore, I am going to say Liza P. Though.
Okay, bro.
But
Because
as the only
final boss
logical
in that
answer,
game is Pinocchio. It's like a Pinocchio type boss.
Pinocchio.
You fight like puppets in that game. It's a Souls type game.
Tell me-
Co-op and all that stuff.
Tell me why.
You're going Lies of P.
Yeah.
All right. So let me run it back now before we go any further.
I think me and Michael went 0 for 3.
I
So-
think now that I'm thinking about it,
Actually-
you got Destiny 2 right. I think you got
I
it
don't know,
right.
whatever.
So
I think I
Nick,
got number 1 right.
you got one correct.
Yeah.
Okay, I got two.
And that was
Baldur's Gate is old.
no. The first game was Dragon Age Origins.
Come on, nobody knows Dragon Age Revolt.
That's
He
why
literally
I
talked
put
about it so heavily on the first podcast. Plus, Baldur's Gate 1 is old, right?
They're going to love
Yeah,
this
it's-
one.
I didn't know how
Baldur's
old it
Gate,
was.
our parents were playing Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
No
Okay,
offense,
well,
I mean,
I didn't know they were
they got
playing
some
Raid.
years on us, but
Raid Shadow Legends dropped that far ago?
not dude.
Yo, what? I just beat
Alright.
what you said.
Michael,
I was a hater, bro.
you got one correct with the Lies of P. So
What? We're giving him that?
yes, we established the rotation.
I
bro.
told you
It's
was gonna
what
get
it
it.
is.
I told you was gonna get it right for me.
Someone had to
Well,
do
then
it.
Dustin got
Next
one.
time,
I got two.
next time we need to bring like pieces
got
of
Destiny
paper,
2
and
on.
you guys can submit your
Dustin won.
answers anonymously. And
Oh, that's a good move.
independently. We'll do that next
I
time.
mean, that's a
for fair.
good move. We don't even know if
But
we're gonna have
Michael,
you back on.
you got one. All right.
Yo, why are you on my... Never mind.
All right. All right. Listen,
Bruce, get your son.
Justin got 2 out of 3.
I didn't get Dragon Age Revolt
He did not get Dragon Age Origins.
or Origins, my bad.
He did get Lies of P, which is fair. He knew that game. However, Nick, you said the second game was Destiny 2. It is in fact Destiny 1, the first Destiny.
Because I got it because you said the first game they came together to make in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh my
Because he said the first game that Activision and Bungie came together to
You
make.
gate
in the last
kept
10
that information.
He's a
Oh, I
total
was
loser.
just listening.
Whatever, bro.
Wait, when did Destiny 2 come out?
Oh,
then?
get us off this
2017?
trash segment, bro. Get us off this stupid segment. Mine's gonna be so much better.
Nick
Hater.
hates the segment.
I'm
because
so
of
salty right now.
Hater.
I pitched it to him. He's like, dude, that's awesome. It's like the best.
Oh my god, bro.
All right.
All because I didn't get the correct game in the franchise.
Hey, man. I gave
Hey,
you,
man.
I gave
Hey,
you a
man.
lot, I feel like. I gave you a lot of information.
I bet you next week you're gonna pick Dragon Age or like Inquisition. It's just you're all up on that game's meat right now.
You know what? I really, honest to God, I thought you were going to get. I thought I was giving you an unfair advantage with Dragon Age Origins, honestly, because I've known you the longest and I've talked to you about it the most, right?
Well, you took
And
solid
then I was
10
like,
minutes
they'll
last pod.
definitely get Destiny because they have played it so much.
I actually didn't play the first one a lot.
Oh, really?
I played
well,
the second one.
That was
way
my
more.
bad.
I think Destiny 2 came out 2017.
But Lies
That
of
sounds
P
Might be right.
is a very new game, and I was like, well, maybe they've kind of heard
16.
about it and seen the promos and everything like that.
So
So
I
that's what
remember
was
playing the beta for Destiny 2.
We will be playing Liza P on the stream. Just like you
What's
know.
your plug your Twitch?
Well, I
man.
mean, it's already in the description,
yeah,
right?
True, that's right.
Oh, but before we move
DHNJ
on,
on Twitch.
but before we move on, I didn't really play Destiny 2 as much. I mean, I got Whisper of the Worm, and after that, they got to a new DLC, and I lost everything. Like everything that I had was worthless. So I was
Oh,
pretty
but-
much done after that.
Buy the DLC though.
Yeah,
coming
you're not
back.
getting my money, no sir. The
I
team.
feel you. I feel
Yeah,
you now.
I feel you on
Oh,
that. Oh yeah, he gets it.
Destiny is
Arkham Knight's
100% pay to win.
I said this years ago, and you were like, "What?"
No, it's not
Oh,
pay to
that's
win.
not
It's pay to
win.
play.
It's pay to
Pay to
play.
play.
Now, yeah.
Okay, I got you, got you, got
That
you.
sounds more right.
Okay.
Pay to play.
All right. So let's get into the discussion why we're here today, why Michael's here today.
Yeah.
The MCU, like we said last week, I feel like it's definitely the Star Wars of my lifetime, as in, you know, all of our parents and, you know, maybe even grandparents, they talk about it, you know, how revolutionary it was and how amazing it was. And that was something that they held as like, you just had to be there, right? And to me, that's the MCU more than Harry Potter, in my opinion. However, it is something that is very near and dear to my heart. And I think I can say for all of us that we have, well, maybe except Justin, sorry. We have enjoyed I don't even know what 30 plus movies. I never clarified that. We've enjoyed it so much, and unfortunately, there is a little bit of a downcline currently. We're gonna get into that. That's what we're gonna get to the nitty gritty nuts and bolts of that right now. However, before we get into that part of it, we need to kind of let's kind of reminisce a little bit, talk about what the MCU means to us and why we even care about talking about it. So, the first question I have is, what does the MCU mean to you? And Michael, do you feel comfortable?
I do.
Taking it off as
I do.
the guest?
Because as you were talking, I immediately thought of, you said what it means to us. I immediately thought about 2012, you know, like the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember for Christmas when that movie dropped, or like the Christmas in that year, I got like so many like toys from that movie. I have like, Iron Man! like I got a Hawkeye,
You also
and then
like-
my brother got
Hawkeye.
Yo, I got all, bro. That was the first one I remember.
Worst one.
Yo, hold on, no, we had a whole
Hawkeye
Avengers,
clean.
but let me. Oh,
But you're also like 8 at that point, right?
however, I was in elementary school. I do know
Because
that.
I was 12 at that. I
Oh, yeah,
was
yeah.
12 in 2012, and you're 4 years younger than me?
We were 11.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Were we 12?
In
2012,
2012, I
it
It
was.
was 2012.
So you guys must have been 8.
We're 8. Yeah,
Eight or
we're
nine.
2000.
8?
Yeah,
In 20
you're 8.
No, we're 9. We're 9. My fault. That math was
No,
terrible.
you're 9. You're 9 during Christmas. I'm 8.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll be 8 years
That's
old
right.
because I'm born in May. But yeah, we had like the whole Avengers. Like I would get some, and then my brother would get like the other half. It was crazy. I even had Nick Fury as a toy,
He
which is
kinda
crazy.
clean, though.
Yeah, with an eye patch, bro.
Yeah.
He had the accessories. He had a Glock, bro. It was tough.
He ain't doing nothing. now.
I'm glad you brought up Nick Fury, because that is one thing I definitely want to talk about, is specifically his eye patch and in the MCU. We'll talk about it, but I mean, so yeah, you were. I mean, I guess I was also pretty young, but so you were getting all into it.
Oh yeah. Oh, even for Christmas, like I remember getting like movies in DVD
Yeah.
format and getting hype
Oh,
instead
yeah.
of like a game. Even though I was still hype when I got like PS3 games. 'Cause I didn't get PS4 for a while.
Same.
Yeah.
I got the PS4 when the PS5 came out. So
But me and my brother would like rewatch that like at nighttime instead of just turn on like regular TV with like cartoons and just watch that on repeat. Then probably like Transformers or something.
yeah.
Yo, don't diss on Transformers.
Yeah,
I
let's,
didn't say a word.
Moving on.
Let's
I
get
didn't-
off.
I'm gonna let it slide.
Transformers.
I'm gonna let it
Let's
slide.
get
I'm
off
gonna let it slide.
Transformers. That's on track.
Oh, Spark. Oh, my bad.
All right, Nick. What's your feelings about it?
I'm sorry. I don't know. I just really like mostly Spider-Man, I guess. So watch it. I swear to God, bro.
I ain't saying none. I ain't
Spider-Man
saying none.
glaze
Spider-Man
incoming.
is so-
Spider-Man glaze incoming.
Indeed. Go
I
ahead,
hate
bro.
both of you.
Go
bro.
ahead. You
I
go ahead and
hate
say what
both
you need
of
to say, bro.
I
Get off your
Yo,
chest.
don't be
Right
shy,
here.
bro.
What happened to you talking about? Don't interrupt him. Don't
Go ahead,
interrupt him.
bro.
I haven't said anything. You're talking about Spider-Man glaze.
Go ahead.
I hate you so much. I grew up. He's laughing, bro. Oh my God.
He knows what's
Brandon, you're
going
gonna
on.
have to edit all this out.
Nah, bro.
I swear to God.
Bro's pressed.
Yeah, Prez.
Yo, my fault, gang. Relax.
So I like grew up watching the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, and I really enjoyed that. So that's what really got me into Spider-Man. And then I guess superhero leads you into the MCU, even though Spider-Man wasn't really a part of it to start out.
Actually, I mean, you could say that.
Technically now it is
Well,
because
you
of No
could
Way
say
Home.
that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man almost compromised the MCU's ability to have Spider-Man. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? Because they
In a
were,
way, yeah. Because that was Sony, right?
yeah, so
Yeah.
they still technically own him. I can't remember.
They have like a deal where they have to release some kind of like spider film like every so many years. I think it's like 2 or 5 years or whatever. That's why they're coming out with like Madam Web.
Sony is obligated to.
They have no choice. I think it's part of the deal.
Wow.
That's
That
insane.
it has to be spider related.
Do you think? Okay, because let's be honest, the Sony movies are not the
Yeah,
best.
yeah.
Do you
Other
think
than-
it's like a targeted tactic by Marvel so that like they kind of bomb so they can buy them out?
What to get Spider-Man?
Yeah,
Probably. Yeah, because they tried to take my man's Tom Holland out.
that was the first thing that popped in my mind.
Yeah.
Was like, because I mean, Madam Web like could
Yeah.
be one of the coolest characters in the MCU, but I don't think we're gonna get that with the new
No, sir. But they are building like some weird villain thing because I saw they have like
Yeah.
Vulture and Venom,
Yeah,
which was strange because it's like, is he in the MCU or is he not? To make up your mind.
so confusing, dude.
Yeah.
So confusing. But that makes sense that they are technically kind of interconnected, but you know, I mean the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man was my Spider-Man, of course. But I loved Andrew Garfield, and I really think that both of those IPs were super successful.
Mhm.
And I think that's a big reason why there was so much drama getting Tom Holland Spider-Man into the MCU, because of when Sony did make a Spider-Man movie, even though they might have been somewhat controversial here and there, they were still pretty successful at the box office and culturally. So I can feel you on that, Nick. You know?
Oh, sorry, I forgot this was still my segment. So, you know, just watching Spider-Man growing up, which led into me really like in the Marvel movies. I started, I think it was like, I don't know, I kind of watched whatever Nathan watched, which was around. He really likes Iron Man, so I watched the Iron Mans.
Yep.
Then that led into Thor. I don't really like Thor, but and then that's kind of just how it went from there. And so, Spider-Man's always gonna be my number one. But
I feel you. Now, we know, Justin, like you said last time, you're a Batman fan. But and this is a great opportunity from an outsider's point of view, because we also talked about last time, when you have a fan base that is so adamant about something, it is kind of tough sometimes to root for it, because you kind of want it to fail to a certain degree.
Well, not really. I don't want the MCU to fail.
Yeah, but there's some animosity sometimes, or you know what I mean. But what, from your point of view, what does the MCU mean to you?
Oh, well, I mean, obviously it doesn't mean as much as like it means to y'all, because y'all grew up watching it. I didn't get into the MCU till about probably 5 years ago, realistically, and I've only realistically seen like 5, 6, 7 movies maybe.
Wasn't maybe your first one like Black Panther?
I think it might have been Black Panther. I think Black Panther was my first MCU movie. So I've seen Black Panther 2, obviously, Spider-Man, was it No Way Home? The most recent one.
Yeah.
And both Avengers, or the last 2 Avengers movies, Endgame and Infinity War, which I really do love Infinity War.
Yeah, they were gas.
But I mean, I got some favorite, like Iron Man's cool, Thor's pretty cool, and that's about it. I really do like those 2. Spider-Man's all right. No hate towards my fellow co-host. Spider-Man's cool.
the fact that you had to say that, there's so much underlying.
I'm not gonna say he's not cool. He's cool, but like the MCU to me, I mean, doesn't really mean much, because I wouldn't really say a new fan.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't really say I'm the biggest fan of the MCU. But I mean, I'll watch movies if I'm invited to go and stuff like that.
Oh, we also watched Ant-Man. Yeah.
Yeah, we watched the first Ant-Man movie.
Yeah, I remember we watched that in theaters.
The one with Thomas the Train at the
Yeah,
end.
where he was like moving his eyes. Yeah, I remember watching that.
So, would you say that? So your first movie, you're saying your first movie you ever saw in the MCU was Ant-Man?
It probably was. Hey, but I will say, my room does have a bunch of Spider-Man murals in it.
But that's from
But
Interesting.
that was from when I was a little kid.
Interesting.
Apparently, I liked Spider-Man when I was a little kid.
You also had that Black Panther.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I had the Black
reflective thing or
Panther
whatever?
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty dope. But would you say so? Were you big into superheroes? Is what I'm asking.
I really wouldn't even say I was that big into superheroes. I mean, everybody knows Batman growing up. Everybody knows Superman.
Everybody knows Spider-Man.
Man, I guess. I mean, Superman's he's like the.
Oh yeah, okay,
Everybody knows Superman.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So like I got into DC when I was little, mostly. So I knew a lot of DC heroes before I got into Marvel.
So are you like you're
I'm like midway. Like I'm like
Justice
in the.
League Unlimited or Batman animated series or what?
I
a good
mean,
move.
I did watch like
touch on that.
Young Justice.
Young Justice.
Oh,
was
that-
fire.
The
That's
first
kinda
2
fire.
seasons.
Yeah,
are
yeah, I did
amazing.
like. Me and my brother watched Young Justice. Shout out to Garris. He put me on to Young Justice,
Was
and it's fire.
Was the second season where the superheroes? It was like Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman leave for a while. They come back in the second season. They're like trying to figure out. Is that what that is?
The second season at the end, it's where Red Arrow, his clone, went like offline, and then they had to go in front of a galaxy judge, the whole entire Justice League, because they were basically unconscious for 12 hours, or they weren't in control for like a certain amount of time,
Yeah.
and they committed like war crimes.
Oh yeah. I did see. I watched the first season all the way through, and then because I would tell you like I'm a bit of a romance. I'm a sucker for romance, right? So I loved the romance between what, right? Between Superboy and Martian girl. What's her name?
No, it's
I know who he's talking about.
McGann.
Yeah, that's her
McGann.
name.
Yeah.
So first of all, that's great writing.
Oh, it was. It was.
Hey, Superboy was probably my favorite. Like he was one of my favorite characters. I was messing with Aqualad back in the day.
Also the
Yo,
relationship
they made
between,
Aqualad cool.
No, you're fine. The relationship between Aqualad, Superboy, and Robin was very interesting as well.
Mm.
The only thing that kind of threw me, I think, what really threw me off though, is when we jumped to the second season. Like immediately, McGann and Superboy were just like, we don't like each other, and McGann was dating like a fish or something.
He was dating like Lagan Boy or something. Voiced by like the same voice actor for Spider-Man in the game.
Yuri.
He's the same.
Yuri
Yeah,
Lowenthal?
yeah, he's the same actor did Lagan Boy.
I will also say I've watched a lot more DC stuff too. I've watched a lot of the CW. Like I watched CW Flash.
Yeah,
That is
you watched
not something you need to flex.
Well, I mean,
Yo,
I didn't flex.
first season
Dude,
was
the
fire.
first like
Flash
3 seasons are good.
I
First
say the
season was
first
fire.
five.
The first 3 seasons are fire.
First
So-
5 are amazing.
No,
There's
five
a
is trash.
common argument that the Marvel has the movies. Like Marvel has better movies. Jaden's shaking her head profusely.
101,000,000%.
Okay, but as good as the MCU is though, everything else from DC is way better.
TV shows I can.
TV
100%
shows,
agree.
comic books, all like everything. Marvel has movies, but DC has everything else. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, it's 100%.
I would say yes.
And a bunch of people sleep on Black Lightning. That show is
Don't
actually
plug Black Lightning.
Be quiet.
Do
be
not
quiet.
plug
Be
Black
quiet,
Lightning.
bro. Black Lightning is fire, bro. I don't even care what you say, bro. Don't look over here like me like that.
Black
But
Lightning
the-
is so awful.
The original was definitely Static Shock.
Yeah, Static Shock's cool
Oh
too.
yeah,
That was great.
That was intertwined with like the Batman animated series too. That whole timeline, but
All right.
I
gasoline.
wouldn't say every TV show.
What are you saying is better? What?
Like Marvel definitely has some crazy TV
were you gonna say
shows.
Loki?
Yeah, they also got some awful
But,
ones.
okay,
too.
Everything on Netflix is good.
We're not
Daredevil.
talking about live
I don't know.
action.
Daredevil.
I said, well, you think I'm hyped to watch Luke Cage? Didn't they
Hold
only
on.
have 2
Luke
seasons?
Cage was good.
Hold up,
Iron
hold
Fist
up.
was good.
Arrow.
Sweet Christmas.
We're going to exclude anything live action.
It's all about animated. Yeah, you're cooked. Nah, include it anyway. Include it anyway. They still win.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
The Arrow is fire too. I forgot about that show. I watched.
Who?
Oh my bad.
I
Nah,
mean, Daredevil. Okay, let's think about the TV shows. There's only like 3 good Marvel live action TV
Live
shows
actions.
anyway, and that is
That
Daredevil,
really are like-
which wasn't even a part of the MCU at first.
Yeah.
Okay, and then WandaVision and the first
No.
season of Loki.
No.
I said the first season
You
of
didn't
Loki
even watch the
was
second
okay.
season of Loki.
He said first.
I said first though.
What's wrong with the second season of Loki?
I haven't watched it.
Because it's good.
It's just like I watched the
watch
first
it.
episode and I was like, kind of falling off. I don't really care, but I
Falcon
need
and
to
the
get
Winter
back
Soldier's
into it.
pretty good. I
The
like
Falcon
that
and the
TV
Winter
show.
Soldier is pretty good, actually. They have the best straw man. You know what that is?
No.
So it's like a character you're supposed to hate, and then
The villain girl.
the John Walker, the U.S. agent.
I guess.
He's a character you're supposed to hate.
I do. Have
However, you
mission accomplished.
do what?
Good writing.
Yeah, dude, I don't like him.
Well, okay. Well, why?
He's a
Why?
douchebag. He has a
Douche.
very punchable
Dude.
face.
Okay, yes, he tried to become Captain America. However, the story of what he's trying to do and like I really genuinely think that at the beginning he was trying to be a better person and trying to fill that role for the people.
But there's no way you're just gonna hunky dory get I'm Captain America now, and you're sitting across of Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes in a truck, and you're gonna tell them what to do?
No, listen, bro.
You got to know your role.
I know this is part of their character arc. However, those two in that scene where he's offering them help, and they cannot put aside their pride to use the resources at their first of all, the Wachovia, is it Wachovia?
Yeah, basically,
sure. The one in the second Avengers, is it Wachovia?
Sokovia.
Sokovia?
Sokovia.
Sokovia. The Sokovia Accords.
Sokovian Accords.
Okay, well,
Wachovia.
I'm pretty sure.
I heard W and K. I was like, yeah, sure.
I'm pretty sure the Sokovia Accords are still in play, and they're pretending to be superheroes, and the government-sanctioned superhero is trying to help them, and they're just like, no. Wait. It's like, dude, first of all, Falcon, you gave up the shield.
I thought the Sokovian Accords fell through after Endgame.
I thought it fell through way before that.
I don't think I've ever specifically heard them or anybody say be like
Sokovian Accords were still in play in Infinity War because that's the reason Cap
is underground
and everybody are in hiding.
But they never clarify if it's just dropped.
But bro, I mean, like,
there's so many.
There's
loose
gonna be a
ends.
lot of stuff that's gonna get dropped.
Well, dude, freaking first of all, the epitome of loose ends is in Immortals when there's literally a giant god that is turned to stone to come out of the planet.
You're talking the wrong one. I did not watch that movie.
The Eternals.
That's another reason we'll get into it.
The Eternals, not the Immortals. Eternals.
Eternals.
What did I say?
You said
you
You can't even get the title right.
Shake it off.
But that's a prime example of like where we're at. Is that right there? Anyway,
Way to lead into it. Good.
Right?
Good.
W host, bro.
Learning.
Because I was wondering, we were starting talking about DC, and I thought we were on a different podcast.
No, but listen, dude. All right.
Yeah, y'all didn't work to work in that segment, but anyway.
But now let's get into it. Let's get into where we're at now with the MCU. But I think before we can discuss the bad of the MCU and like the downfall, as I think we've all kind of collectively called it, let's first like preface the good of the MCU and like at its peak. It's like, what would you say are the 3 best MCU movies and why? And then whoever can start can start.
I think it would be interesting if Justin would start, considering he's only seen like a handful.
I've only seen like 6.
What you got?
I think Ant-Man. The 3. No, Ant-Man's. If I you said 3.
Yeah, just pick your top 3.
So it would be Infinity War 1. I mean, I'd probably have to say Endgame at 2. And I guess my third favorite would probably be Black Panther that I've seen.
Okay, that's fair. And you're saying, and would you say that? Excuse me. Would you say that those 3 movies, like, without a shadow of a doubt, are the best in your opinion? Well, I mean, I guess you've only seen so many. So
well, I mean, I forgot I watched Far From Home. I guess
true.
I'd probably put Far From Home at 3 instead of Black Panther, honestly.
Far From Home or No Way Home?
Or No Way Home. My bad. No Way Home. No Way Home.
Okay. So, what you guys got?
You
That was terrible. That was
Check
such
it
a
out.
bad doubt.
You want me to go first or you?
I'm
I'm interested.
I can go.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know, because I got a lot. Well, definitely number 1 for me. I'd probably put Infinity War 2, to be honest with you, because they have so many characters in that movie that they need to focus on, and they give, I feel like, everyone equal time on the screen. They handle it very well. They got a lot of balls in the air. They do a good job of juggling. Pause. Number 2, I'd probably put like No Way Home, just because I'm kind of biased. I really like Spider-Man.
Okay.
I got a lot of fan service. There's a lot of plot. I hate both of you. I can't have nothing.
Check it out.
There's a lot of plot holes, but I still like it. Number 3 might be a hot take, because this is a movie that's in the quote-unquote downfall of Marvel. Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Oh, I would not say that movie. That movie is phenomenal.
I think it's some of Chris Pratt's best Marvel acting.
I don't even think about Chris Pratt when I think about the movie. I think of Rocket every time.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper destroys it,
Yeah.
like as Rocket, and it's funny. Got the first Marvel F-bomb. That's funny.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, he says like open the effing door to Nebula,
because she doesn't know how to open unlock a car door.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that
That was pretty funny.
it's an okay use of the word.
It's just
We've seen it done worse in like the X-Men X-Men movies where they were just.
That was fun. Talking about Wolverine.
No, I'm
At
talking
the
about
bar?
Scott, bro. When he was like, "You touch her, I'm gonna effing kill you."
Yeah.
I was like, "Ugh."
Oh, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, what?
Point to the audience is crazy.
We're in front of a live studio audience.
Live studio audience.
He's pointing beyond the camera. They're so confused.
the applaud, son.
Laugh. And we got him at gunpoint.
They gave him the weak claps, bro.
But yeah, that's probably. I probably put Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Just see, I have no problem with Guardian. That honestly, I wept at that movie. I will get into that as well. Mallory's shaking her head, like she knows. But what do you got, Michael?
What is it? Just top 3? Anything that's a part of Marvel or MCU
we're,
movies?
We're talking about. I will say, let's preface the MCU as in the movies.
Okay.
Because mainly, I think everything other than those are very clearly kind of part of the problem. But what is the peak Marvel for you though?
Peak Marvel.
Talking about the best, not just your favorite movies, but peak Marvel.
Peak Marvel.
MCU.
I personally am going to say Civil War. I think also think about what it did also.
You see how ready Nick was to
he was
just
about to
flame?
I
you?
saw him,
But then I thought about it. I don't know.
Dude, that was insane.
I
That
thought
was
Civil War was
you
great.
didn't even say
bro.
it. No,
Oh,
I'm
my
just-
first one was
No,
Batman.
he was just like it was pre. He's like he
I
was
saw him, too.
predetermined
I saw him
to,
go like this.
shoot you down.
I don't know.
Oh
I
my
thought
God.
my brain took a second to process it, and then
He
I was like,
did.
never mind, that's a pretty good pick.
He got the biggest warhead face. And he's like, no, yeah.
It's like he already was pre-aiming it. It's like shoot you down,
It is,
bro.
bro.
All right, so you got
I got
Civil War.
I got
but
Civil War.
I say Spider-Man one time.
Yo, I was
Justin over there falling asleep.
I was trolling. Nah, but Civil War. I had to lock in.
Okay, go.
Nah, but I'm gonna say Civil War because you also get Black Panther's first appearance,
Yep.
and you also get Spider-Man's first appearance
Yeah.
as well, and Rhodey also with some stuff that's been going on in was it Secret Invasion or Secret War? No, Secret Invasion, right?
Yeah, that's whenever.
Yeah.
That's whenever Rhodes got swapped and no one knew.
Yeah. Shout out my boy's legs.
Spoiler.
Yeah, because
my fault, bro.
we're worried about spoilers.
I know he's about to say something quick. Woo. Anyway, but second, as far as influential and at its best, I'm gonna say Guardians of the Galaxy 1 because you gotta also think this is when they were starting to use more comedic elements in their movies, which is a good thing, but it's become very overused.
We're gonna get to that.
Yeah,
That's a great
So-
point. Great point.
because nobody really could do it like James Gunn implemented. He also used like most of the time when you use what's the word I'm looking for, copyright or licensed music,
Yeah.
it can be done very terribly.
Yeah, dude. That is a great point. I didn't even think about that. They have they honestly, movie soundtracks is probably, all three movies have probably the best movie soundtracks.
1,000,000%.
And it's like, that is the great point. It's like they play so many great songs. And it's like, God, it's pretty impressive that they were able to get all those together. Yeah, that's a good point.
Use bathroom.
Take your
Every
time.
time, dude.
Every
This
time.
guy.
What do you mean every time? There's only been 2 episodes.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Do you want me to continue?
No,
or?
continue. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. My fault. But I was gonna put Daredevil, but you said I could only use movies, so I really got to lock in again. I guess I could really say Infinity War, but I was trying to say something else because it's already been said.
Man, that movie is amazing.
But
I can't lie. It's one
I'm
of the
already
best
gonna
movies
say-
I've seen, bro.
Yeah.
I can't even lie.
I would say, yeah, let's just put Infinity War. I was gonna say something like out of the blue. Oh, let's say Thor Ragnarok, because really, Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor Ragnarok are the only ones that really use the comedic effect and soundtrack well.
Yeah.
Because look at Thor: Love and Thunder. It's like they overdid it and it was awful. Because I mean, I saw when like the fight scene where he did like the split. I was like, yeah, this movie's gonna be awful.
Yeah.
Then they had the goats, and they were
Yes.
screaming every 2 seconds. At first, I was like, okay, I didn't know we're back in Vine territory
Yes.
in like 2014 or whatever. But and the villain was only in there for like maybe 10 minutes, but
Yeah.
underused Christian Bale.
Yeah, exactly. That's my first thought. Was like, I mean, definitely what we're gonna get into is some of the aspects of like they kind of just they found something, and I felt like Taika Waititi, the director of Ragnarok, who was also the director of Love and Thunder, he did an amazing job with that, and I felt like he did such a good job that they kind of were like, the Marvel execs were like, take that and run with it.
Yeah.
And you're like no, like whatever, they'll just do more of that, and it's like. I don't know. I feel like he's a good director, but also like I don't know if there was I don't know. It's very weird
I
subject.
feel like I should put this on the pod. Jaden messaged me her top 3.
Oh yeah. What you got?
You want to come say it on the mic, or you want me to just read it off?
You can read it.
Okay. Camera shy.
I'm already embarrassed.
What
I
she
know-
say?
I know people are gonna say some things about it.
No, it's
No,
fine.
No. She said
We got
that
17 subscribers, so you're fine right now.
her first pick I agree with for a reason I'll get into, but she has Spider-Man 1. I'm guessing Tobey
So you're
Maguire.
counting that in the MCU.
Oh,
I mean, I guess you.
But I'm gonna say why I think that's not a bad pick.
Yeah. Okay.
And then she has Iron Man 2 and Age of Ultron.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say something
Now
way
Iron,
worse than that.
Iron Man 2 is probably like, I don't want to say the worst pick. I don't think any of the picks are bad, but I think Age of Ultron, without that movie, even though people hated on it, without that movie, you don't have the Sokovia Accords.
Yeah.
You don't have the falling out of the Avengers. You don't have Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your 1, 2, 3, Jaden, was Spider-Man 1, Tobey Maguire, and then it was what was the second one again? Iron Man 2, and then Age of Ultron. Got it.
And Iron Man 2 is kind of the one I'm like, it's good.
But so you're counting the. I mean, I guess you have to now.
Here's why I like that pick, even though it wasn't technically in the MCU until No Way Home obviously made it canon. Tobey Maguire's Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movies kind of kickstarted superheroes on the big screen, like in the 2000s. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. You got off.
Because
I was finna say.
Spider-Man
I was
coming
ready to go.
around and Tobey Maguire getting on screen, that kind of like modernized for like the normal fans that weren't originally comic book fans.
Yeah.
That normalized them going to the theaters being like, oh, dang, this is a superhero in comic books? This is pretty good.
I also had something to add whenever you're.
No, go ahead.
Okay. They even had this is kind of a fun fact, you guys, but they had a lot of people who like didn't know anything. Like, imagine this is your first thing about Spider-Man. A lot of people thought his webs actually came from his wrist. That he didn't have web shooters.
Yeah.
So that was like a big thing in like the early 2000s, and I think they made it.
They made that canon.
They even made it canon in the comic book because so many people were getting confused. So they just made it where it actually came out as wrist, but then they retconned it again. Yeah, they're like, that's awful.
I think Tobey's movies definitely
not awful.
introduced superheroes to the modern, quote unquote, modern fan.
Because
the only thing I don't like about Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is that it makes Peter Parker look dumb.
I'd say
I mean, when you give him the organic webs, I love that movie. Though I'm a Tobey Maguire guy. I think all of them are great though. I really do love Andrew Garfield as well. But the organic spider webs makes him not have to be smart enough to figure out the web shooters, right?
That's
Right.
fair.
And then also, like, he never really does anything with his life in those movies. Like, he's
That's kind of fair.
he's like 30 years old for the entire. I mean, even in high school, he's like 30 years old, and he's just a photographer. But it's not like he's got any steady job, and he's a pizza delivery guy.
Isn't that
Spider-Man
You would
2
think
time-
Spider-Man would
that
figure
FSA
something out.
Isn't that like what Spider-Man is?
No, Spider-Man's supposed
No.
to be like a freaking genius.
Okay.
And they never
Well,
really
yeah, I know
displayed
that.
his brains.
Oh, okay.
Well, they-
Yeah, but his thing is that he sacrifices,
for some buns.
He sacrifices like luxuries and things like that because he's so dedicated to helping people because he feels so like responsible for the well-being of others because of his power.
Oh, sorry.
But the thing I will say though is like that's young Spider-Man when he doesn't have the ability to make money. When he becomes older, he becomes a billionaire. Like most iterations of Peter Parker, when he grows up, he uses his brain and he becomes a billionaire.
I've only ever played the games, so like he's kind of like that in the games. Like he doesn't have he can't find a steady job. He's always getting fired.
Well,
Edge of Time.
Edge of
He
Time.
becomes the leader of Alchemex.
Yeah.
For a period of time in the comics, this is kind of recent. He's like a professor at a college at a university. Well, that's kind of the status quo of Spider-Man right now, where he's he's
Same as
actually
the-
living life.
Spider-Man 2 game. They started out the game where he's like trying to teach at Visions Academy.
Yeah, which I thought was gonna be really good, but
And then
then
he got fired.
he got
He
shafted.
Again.
So
Should we have like
Yeah,
some
you
mini
know.
games where you're teaching class? That'd be fun.
yeah,
A
drag it
mini
out.
game.
All right, guys, you gotta have Y equals.
Be like you guys ever play Bully?
Oh, dude, that's
Oh,
GTA.
I saw you playing that on
GTA before
stream.
GTA.
Dude, I love here's the thing is like the best part about Bully is the fact that you actually feel like you're in school. That's a totally off topic
That
thing.
is such a
We'll
bad
talk about
take.
bullying.
Yeah,
another
dude,
time.
we'll talk
I
about
love
it.
playing a
That's such
game
good
so I
movie.
can go to class.
But Mallory, do you have a top 3 that you wanna? You can text me or you can say it.
You're on the spot.
So it's top 3 just period or
The
like the top peak of Marvel?
movies that exemplify the peak of Marvel. Yeah.
That's a good word.
W vocabulary.
While you're thinking, side note, I got so much crap from my dad specifically for using the word intrinsic in the first. And also,
It was like you're gonna come out of the gate trying to flex your PhD on
yeah,
people.
yeah. I got so much flack for that, and as well as like when I was explaining the amygdala and the prefrontal
what?
cortex.
Oh, I know exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I was like, it was integral to the conversation.
Oh, yeah.
You
However,
had no-
What word
you had
did you
no
just
pretense
use?
for comedy.
Integral. Sorry, I'm not tracking.
Dude,
We get it. You take the MCAT on Friday.
no,
All right.
But Mallory, what you got though
I think I would say Infinity War for sure.
as number 3?
Wait, does that have to be in order?
You don't have to be in order.
Just Infinity War and then Civil War and then just personally Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
All right. So Mallory said, if you couldn't hear her, Mallory said, in no specific order, Infinity War, Civil War, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 because of Baby Groot, which is a great reason. I am good. But also it was a good story. All right. So here's my take. From 3 to 1, I'll give you the movies that are the epitome of Marvel. Like the epitome of what is great about Marvel.
Are we counting X-Men movies also?
I don't even know why you brought that up.
Because of Days of Future Past, that's why.
That's not busting top 5.
Days of
Come
Future
on.
Past,
Come
I think
on.
is a good movie, but I'm not. That wasn't.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
either. I
that's
thought it
what
was,
I'm
I thought it was
saying.
trash.
I was not even thinking about any X-Men movie when I thought about this.
Yeah,
about
me
Gambit?
neither. You said what?
Gambit kind of clean.
Gambit?
No, I like Gambit.
What weapon does he use?
The stab and
Good
cards.
move. And
Clean.
yeah, he gets it, bro. But X-Men Origins was kind of mid. I mean, it was cool to watch when I was like 8. I mean, I'll still watch
Talking about
it.
X-Men First Class.
No, he's talking about X-Men Origins.
X-Men.
First
only-
class
The
was
only
good.
X-Men Origins movie is X-Men Origins Wolverine.
That's what he's talking
Oh,
about.
that's
The
what
one with
you're talking
Gambit.
X-Men
Oh,
kind of
okay.
like Wolverine is like a whole kind of just fell off though. Like he was big when I was.
You mean
younger.
like when he died?
I guess yeah.
That was a tough
know
movie.
Logan. Now that you could maybe put in the top 5.
Yeah.
But when I see, okay,
But
I'm gonna let it
you
slide.
said Days of Future Past. You came in with
That's
such
a
a
good
mid
movie.
pick.
I like that.
What?
I really did.
It
like,
is so
I like
confusing
Wolverine.
So she could say Iron Man 2, but I can't say Days of Future Past. I'm sorry, Jaden.
Jay,
I'm
you
sorry.
just caught a stray.
Yeah, bro. Nah, I was pointing right at you, cuz.
All right.
When you're on the pod, go at him.
Here's my defense of that, Jaden. Is Iron Man 2 is not in my top 3, but I will say it's number 4. It is very easily, very, very concretely number 4. Mainly for the fact that the story and the animations and the CGI were amazing, but also it was like the first. I think that was the first glimpse at how awesome the MCU could be because of how awesome Iron Man could be. My favorite scene, hands down, in any MCU movie, any MCU content ever, is when he takes the briefcase and puts.
I
on
knew
the
you were
briefcase.
gonna say that. Yeah,
That's a
I thought
great
it's-
scene.
Yeah, it is.
That
One of the best.
So they're
Oh.
getting attacked by Whiplash, and he takes the briefcase from the back of the car, and they're on the that racetrack, and he pops the briefcase, which is just like a mobile suit, on him, and then it extends. Sorry, I've been waving my hands around a lot, but it extends, and he gets it's not a as fully functional Iron Man suit, but it's like a mobile version of it, and it's so cool. You never seen that?
I don't remember. I've seen the movie, but I don't remember that
I can't say I know.
Malik,
where
you haven't
this
seen it?
is
You have to watch it.
All right, editing team, pull it up.
from. Show it right here.
Oh, we're not that rich.
But so I will say that's a number 4 because it starts the glimpses of what the MCU could be. Number 3 for me has got to probably be. I don't want to repeat what anybody has said, but I probably am.
Probably gonna have to.
Probably gonna have to. Number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
So which one?
Volume 3.
Oh, valid.
The reason, and now I would say Volume 1 because that was like Marvel. That's a great part of Marvel because they took a relatively unknown cast of characters and made them uber successful and popular, right? Now that's pretty cool. Like that's something that is not done very well most of the time, but very well that time.
Fantastic Four.
But Volume 3 did something better, which was they showed how to end some characters, right? They showed how to end the characters. Like if they had, 3-movie saga, we at least now you have the ability to know how those characters' stories end and how to lay down they're still those characters are still technically out there, but we're probably not going to see them very much in the coming years. But we have a pretty conclusive evidence of what they're doing and what they probably will be doing until those characters die. And that is amazing, right? I will say that's pretty good. Ending a story is very hard. Number 2, Infinity War, hands down. That culminated. What's going on? Is it good?
Oh no! For a second, I was scared that we weren't recording. I was like, "Ain't no,
No,
way."
let's get that little red dot.
Oh yeah.
I was just wondering what time we were at.
Oh no, we're like an hour in.
Oh, we're chilling.
So Infinity War is my number 2 because of everything. Every MCU movie prior to that movie, like that was the culmination of it all, right? And it told a fantastic story with a very large roster of characters, and every second felt important. And also telling it from the viewpoint of Thanos was amazing.
Yeah, that was kind of fire.
Yeah, right? It's so good. And spoiler, but the fact that everybody legitimately dies at the end, like half the people die at the end, is crazy. It's amazing. And I don't know, it felt so real. It didn't feel forced. We didn't really expect them to lose. We maybe had some idea they might, but not as bad as they did. Like they legitimately lost.
Yeah.
They
Also, side note, I would never be as like mad going into that movie. I mean, it was Uncle Reed coming like talking to us about Infinity War. He's like, yeah, we just got done seeing it. By the end, Thanos got all them things.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Yo, speaking of,
well, I was like, huh? So he just wins? He's like, no, not necessarily. I'm like, so he's got all the Infinity Stones and somehow loses. And he was like, I don't know.
That's literally Mark Ruffalo being like,
Oh, yeah,
like
so-
half the people died.
he was like, "Wait till you see
Everybody
this
thought he
next
was
one."
joking. And
Yeah.
he was like, no, like I literally legitimately just messed up. But nobody's like, no, that's no way.
Imagine if it would have ended there too. That's all been clean.
What is that?
I
What?
said if it would have ended there,
Oh yeah.
like they didn't have a sequel after that.
Yeah, we need a
no,
20-minute.
Didn't have a sequel.
Like
That would
they
be the-
just
never
ended
mind, my
there,
bad.
and then
It's
that was just the MCU from then on. That joint would have been. I
Dude.
kind of want to mess with that because I like stories where they tell it and like the main cast loses. I
I'd
really
say
do like- I
after
really
Endgame
like-
would have been clean.
No.
You said no.
We'll
Say
talk
less.
about it. But all right, so
I'm with you.
number 3 was Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Number 2 was Infinity War. Hands down, the epitome of Marvel, in my opinion, is Avengers: Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron, for sure.
I feel you on that. Yo, the Quicksilver stuff was clean.
Now
especially
that-
at the end,
That was great. But let me tell you why.
gasoline.
Let me tell you why Age of Ultron is the best. One, because first of all, that was technically my first Avengers movie I saw in the theaters because I didn't see Avengers 1 in the theaters. However, you remember when you remember when the MCU came out and there was all this talk about this interconnectivity of all the movies and how they're all related in phase 1, 2, 3, whatever. And you kind of saw the glimpses of how they were going to combine, right?
All them-
You saw it come to fruition in Avengers 1.
that first, well, then post credit scenes even in the first like standalone movies.
Right.
Like,
I about to say
which one was it? Iron Man where it had the post credit scene of Thor's hammer,
Yeah.
or was it Nick Fury?
I think it's I think it's Nick Fury first. Oh no, it's Coulson I think first. And no,
Iron
you got
Man-
it, bro.
Iron Man
Someone's at
2
the end of.
Iron Man 2's post-credit scene was Thor's hammer and
Yeah, and I remember everyone lost their minds
Yeah.
over that.
The most recent one I could think of is like at the end of the Hulk movie, and like Robert Downey Jr. or Tony Stark comes in and talks to It
No, dude,
was an interview. Don't worry about it.
Casual.
But if Age of Ultron did something that was amazing, as in it showed the epitome of the lore that could be, right? As in Vision becoming Vision and Ultron becoming Ultron,
Right.
and how well that story was told and the repercussions thereafter that set up some of the best movies, as in Civil War and everything like that. But I just remember the feeling, and now this is definitely subjective, but the feeling going into that movie was electric. It then did what I just said, is it established the lore and it expanded upon it in a way that kept you wanting more. But the feeling of watching all of our characters interact in that very human way, going to Barton's family's house, seeing all that, seeing Nick Fury die, like that was very big. Was that in that one? No.
That's in Winter Soldier.
No, that's Winter Soldier. Sorry, but he did they did have to sneak around. And he met up with him. Sorry.
Yeah.
But then seeing, but the best thing about that movie to me, forever and always, will be the scene when Vision is born and is talking to everybody, and then he nonchalantly picks up Thor's hammer.
Yeah, that was tough.
Oh my
After
god!
they had that whole scene on trying
At
to
the
pick
beginning,
up the hammer.
yes, dude.
Man.
My theater exploded. Like I was sitting next to my friend Brett Howard. We went with this big group. I was sitting next to my friend Brett Howard, and that whole theater erupted.
Shut up, Brett.
Into just like pandemonium when he picked it up. But it was such like a nonchalant thing. Also, the fact that Vision was Paul Bettany, who was Jarvis, and they just said you can just be a superhero. That was cool too.
Oh, I heard a story where it was like his agents and stuff was telling him like your career is over.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like on the sidewalk and someone had called him, was like, "You want this job?" He was like, "Sure."
Yeah.
It was like that quick of a change.
Exactly right.
He gets smoked in Infinity War.
Yeah.
So the feeling is there. The feeling is
That's
great,
wild.
and it's definitely subjective. But I think that is the epitome because of how the MCU makes you feel. Now we get into the opposite of that, which is the worst of the MCU, but specifically what movies have contributed to this downfall we're seeing. So if you don't know the MCU,
I know his pick.
well, to give you a little, I mean, you know, but like to give you a backstory and also viewers that
Oh my god! It was like, I mean, you know,
he knows the
hating
MCU.
ass, bro. I know what he's gonna pick.
What?
Oh,
You're gonna say Spider-Man.
No, I'm not. Oh God, I'm not.
But to give you like a rundown, basically, and also our viewers, the premise of what we're saying is the MCU, the quality of the content has drastically and exponentially fallen off the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And there is multiple reasons people think why. That's what we're going to get into. But the main preface is how ridiculous the storytelling is and how just like nonchalant, non-serious it is now, and all these loose ends and all this like just infrequent, like irregular storytelling. So what do you got? What do you got?
Oh, I haven't seen any of like the new stuff, but I heard Morbius was bad.
Yeah,
but
Morbin time. It's like Sunny, baby.
More $1 billion.
But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Like I said earlier, I felt like Infinity War should have ended with that. But I mean, Endgame was a cool movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good sequel.
Just say it, bro. We
Nah,
know you
no.
want to say it so bad.
What
You
does
want
he
me-
say? What does he say?
He thinks I'm gonna say Spider-Man. I have no problem with the Spider-Man movies.
What does he say outside of this?
When I watched the last Spider-Man movie, I said that movie was like a 9 out of 10.
Gets out of the theaters. No, I'm thinking about it. God, that movie has so many plot holes.
Oh, I think that was
Oh,
me.
No Way,
That
No
was
Way Home?
him.
Yes, it
Well,
does.
I
have
was
big
saying
flaws.
that movie.
We'll
I
talk
was
about that
saying
later. We'll talk
movie was
about that
better
later.
than Batman when it came out.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, it was.
I was.
Yeah.
He said Batman.
I switched up though. I did say Batman was
Yeah.
slightly over that movie because I just like it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But no,
I mean,
I don't think
I'll
Spider-Man.
defend you all day in saying that the No Way Home movie is good. However, the premise of the movie is exactly what we're talking about. Is exactly the downfall because of like you would think in a company that is worth billions of dollars that they would somebody in the direct like the creative department would be like, you think there's any better like reason for Spider-Man to basically destroy the fabric of reality?
That's what I was thinking.
Other than like he wants his friends and him to get into college when there's literally they even quote or comment on how ludicrous his plan is. Doctor Strange is like, didn't you just ask for like a like a reassessment? And he's like, no. But I'll defend you on that one. But what's your guys' take on like what is the downfall?
What you want to go first, one?
Well, do you even think it isn't the downfall?
I definitely do.
What's in the
I
downfall?
definitely do.
MCU.
MCU.
Like there are movies that contribute
No,
to that.
like,
Which
where do you think
movies?
it's like started to plummet?
What do you
at?
think it?
Where did it start?
Do you
Where did it
think
start?
it's
Okay.
bad and it's
Okay.
in a downfall?
We kind of talked about this
Do you
briefly
think it's in a
the
downfall?
car. Oh, it's like full swing. Like it's starting to crash and burn.
Plummeting. Okay.
There are some diamonds in the rough, like Guardians of the Galaxy 3, like single-handedly shined bright in the like scorching hot garbage trash.
Well, I will say, I mean, for no doubt about it, James Gunn had, I feel like, more creative control of that movie than the other directors have now.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But like I think it started, like the downfall. It was in full swing, steam engine going steady, making millions upon millions of dollars. Everybody liking the movies, just having like certain preferences. But dang, I don't think I pronounced that right.
You did
Um,
not.
Check it out.
Preferences, whatever.
You go check it out.
And then I think Ragnarok came out, and that movie is amazing, right? There's no doubt about it. That movie's a solid 8 to 9 out of 10. But that's where it started, is because that's what really kick-started that, and I could throw in Guardians as well, but it's really because Thor's character got switched on a dime to being the funny guy, and they did it amazingly. They made him hilarious, and hey, go ahead, man.
I was gonna say because a lot of people were talking about how boring of a character he was,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna get
Yeah.
more into that when
Yeah.
it's my turn.
And then they turned him on a dime and made him funny, and they did it really well. Ragnarok was hilarious. Like, the comedy fit well with the story they were telling. It was a good story. Him realizing he's not the god of hammers. That's a great line by Odin, by the way.
Yeah.
And him finally coming into his power, right? And with hilarious comedy. But then, Marvel saw how well that movie did. They were like, let's do that again. And then in result, you get It's Morbin time in every single freaking movie. You get like just stupid one-liners that don't make any sense, bro. He's right behind me, isn't he? Like you get these, oh my god, cheesy ass one-liners. Oh my god, it's pissing me off thinking about it, bro.
You're gonna want to see this.
You're gonna want to see this.
It's Morbin time.
God, the only thing I can think that is worse is like the end of this is off topic, but the end of Star Wars when they're like somehow Palpatine's returned.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, it's that level of stupid lines nowadays.
Well, that's also a great point because guess who owns everybody now?
Yeah.
Disney.
Yeah.
That shit is hilarious.
Oh, and their Disney movies in general are just getting awful. Like their stuff that they're doing for kids.
Yeah.
You see where
Yeah.
there's some director that are making this 10th
she got
Star Wars
fired.
movie.
She got
You
fired.
know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I
She
just
was like
saw that.
on some interview where she's like, the point of my plot that I want to write this next Star Wars movie is about is to make men insecure.
What does that mean?
That's
She
insane.
wants to like, I don't know. She said, I want to make men uncomfortable with this next movie.
Yeah.
I feel like men are very insecure. Like I feel like everybody's insecure to a certain degree.
Yeah,
That's a
that,
human
but
thing.
she literally made it her. She said on a pod or interview, I don't know what it was. She was like, I want to make men insecure.
Okay. I mean, I don't.
That's off topic. I don't know why. Anyway,
That's
you
fine.
said she got fired.
Yeah, or at least what I saw. I saw a post today about
She
it.
was not cooking.
Yeah,
She was
not
burning
cooking.
a whole food on that.
But yeah, Ragnarok happened. Everyone thought they could be funny. Everyone thought they could be, Thor with funny lines. But
Sorry, man. I was trying to whisper something to me. What are you?
I'm just saying, Disney has good movies still.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's definitely
No.
like outliers
Mallory.
that are good, but for the mass majority,
My fault.
is not what it used to be.
It's
the
morbid
greatest
unironically
term
funny.
that we could say, it's like Klay Thompson. The MCU is washed.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
Yo,
Disney still
Caught it
comes
straight.
out with very, very good movies. I mean, like even the last lineup. What was it?
They're gonna be watched.
Elemental was underappreciated, but like even stuff
Disney
like
movies.
yeah,
Yeah.
even stuff like Elemental was still good. I
Shang-Chi?
mean,
Yeah.
Encanto, Luca,
Shang-Chi?
freaking. I mean, huh?
Shang-Chi?
That's a Marvel movie. We're talking about like Disney.
Let's not make. Oh,
Or
okay,
is
yeah,
it? Okay.
Have fun editing all these audios, by the way.
Yeah,
This is gonna be
it's
terrible.
great.
Mhm.
Anyway, but so you had what were your top? Just
So I'd say Ragnarok was the start
okay.
of when it not necessarily declined in popularity, but it created the seed that would end up making Marvel start sucking.
Okay.
Then I would say probably, I'd probably put, I'd probably put Endgame in there as well,
Yeah.
and I also might put Infinity War, even though it's like insanely good.
Yeah.
But here, let me go to Endgame first. Endgame, I think we kind of have similar opinions on it. They used time travel in a way that like it made everything like not the stakes became so unimportant
Every movie after that is like why
why don't we just use the time stone?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Why can't we just reverse something? And,
Also-
and the only show that has made that argument kind of hard to keep it going is Loki.
Yeah.
Because they made it like if you deviate from how the timeline's supposed to be, the TVA is going to show up and bop you.
Mm-hmm.
But even I think that is kind of a cop out.
Yes.
That's kind of them being like, hey, this is our story and it's going to happen the way we want. Even though I think Loki's character development
Pretty good.
is amazing in that show, it just the plot is kind of
Well, I mean the fact that you have to come up with a TV show that just is like, oh yeah, well also like this explains why this doesn't happen. But also the problem is like with all the stuff that's happening in Loki, it's like what even is going on? Like is that in the same universe?
Yeah.
It's
it's
like
not. It's like not in a universe. It's a time between
it's so
times.
confusing.
Yeah.
Like, but it's like
Not to mention, they're setting up the big bad Kang the Conqueror, and then now Jonathan Majors,
Kang the case. Like, what?
catching a case. Kang the case.
that was
He's really getting into character on that one. He's trying to conquer
oh boy, bro.
conquer the ring.
Oh yeah, the
Okay,
ring.
Good save. Good save.
I could say
I didn't say that. What?
Did you say yours yet?
I have not yet.
No, go ahead. What you got?
Okay. So I wanted to. I'm trying to really watch my words of what I'm about to say here.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Captain Marvel. To me, okay, I'm really gonna watch what I say here. Okay.
Okay,
The
bro.
reason I say that is because the character, like Thor was in the beginning.
She's a woman.
no, I'm not gonna say that.
Whoa, whoa.
No,
That was a
okay.
joke. That was a joke.
Let me go and say this just to clear my name, just to get. I'm looking right at you, the viewer. Okay. Do not ever say it's because it's because she's a woman. No, because look at Star Wars. Look at Ahsoka.
Look at
because
Gamora.
Look at Gamora. Look at Wanda. They're powerful beings with purpose. They have actual depth of their character. Captain Marvel, I think her whole part of her movie was that she had amnesia or some shit. I don't know.
Oh,
Yo.
Oh, he's passionate
Yo,
about this one.
I'm sorry. She has no depth to her character. And Brie Larson is a good actor. Why aren't they utilizing her? Someone answer me these questions.
Preach.
It's like she's just bland. Her movie was bland. The Marvels tanked in the box office.
Oh my! It did the worst.
Because
Marvel movie.
they just made a new character or brought a new character in and just shoved her into a movie like that. Like, no, you just can't do that.
Well, no, all the characters in the movie were from the other. Besides Captain Marvel, the other two were from their own TV shows.
Yeah,
But
it's
then
like-
again, like I have not seen Miss Marvel.
exactly.
Didn't even know it really came out when it came out.
I don't even know her. I don't even know like.
But
anything
the
about her.
good part, the point that I will emphasize with Captain Marvel, because I definitely think that's one of them. It's like, of course, the characters like spoiler alert, people don't really care about the character who they are, what they represent most of the time. Most of the time, what we really care about is like good storytelling. If legitimately, we've seen it where you can take an inanimate object and if you tell a good story with it, it's amazing.
Perfect example. You can turn a raccoon into the most well-written
Yeah,
character
good
in
storytelling.
all of Marvel.
But that is exactly the problem that where I think Captain Marvel is the poster child for the start of is just weird writing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
fair.
get it. It's like first of all, my big problem with her is that you're gonna put Infinity War, then Captain Marvel, and then Endgame, and introduce this character that is like supposed to be
The ace in the hole.
Ace in the hole,
Yeah.
and she's in the movie for like all of 10 minutes. Not even that, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think she only has like 5 minutes of screen time.
Her dialogue is basically just like I was about to say something crazy. She's basically sizing up Thor, which is wild. Like some people barely even seen her,
Yeah.
and you're just like, oh, her whole dialogue is straight face. I'm better than you. Punch, punch, bang, bang. That's all her scenes.
We get a whole movie that interrupts the flow of the depth of Infinity War to Endgame, right? You get a whole movie for that, and then what is their excuse for
And
her?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
What?
Ant-Man and the Wasp was in between as well, right?
Yeah, they showed like the people
Ant-Man and
getting
the Wasp was
dusted.
in between
between
Infinity
that?
War
Yeah,
and
because
Yeah,
the
those-
post-credit scenes of Ant-Man and the Wasp,
They get,
Hank,
dusted.
Hank Pym and the Wasp girl, what's her name?
True.
How they get
Dusted.
stuck,
That's what's talking
or how Ant-Man gets stuck.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, like that's when they discover time travel or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, or like they discover the concept that they could time travel with the quantum
The
realm.
quantum, yeah.
But the freaking they have a whole movie that introduces one character and a whole backstory and everything. First of all, they completely ruined Nick Fury in that movie.
Mhm.
When he,
Oh my god! I know what you're about to say.
Excuse my language, the most badass moment in the entire MCU is in Captain America: Winter Soldier, when he's like, "If you want to stay ahead of me, you got to keep both eyes open."
I know, that's so cool.
And he has the secret security clearance on his bad eye, and then he's like, last time I trusted somebody, I got this, and then it's like,
And it was a cat.
what really happened?
It's a
Oh, I was
cat.
petting this alien cat, and it scratched me.
I did.
A cat, bro.
Side note, you said ass. You don't need to
Language.
All right,
I mean-
all right, Captain America.
Yeah, language. Yeah. We'll edit that in post. It's like,
Oh, word.
No,
you
won't.
can finally get use some sound effects. Excuse my language. The most bad.
no, I mean, that's how passionate I am. That's how passionate I am.
But
And then you have the entire movie to introduce this one character that's supposed to be like basically the next leader of the Avengers, really, is what they kind of marketed her to be. And then what is your excuse for not having this character in the movie? Oh, there's other people that are more important, or there's other people that are just as important in the
Right.
galaxy. And you're like, yeah, but we're time traveling on Earth, so you should be on Earth.
look at the freaking Guardians. They were in that movie way more than her,
Yes.
and that's a whole team.
God, I mean, dude, it is so infuriating. That's a great point. Sorry, I definitely
Oh no. You're
stopped your thought, your flow of your thought, but like, so Captain Marvel, and then what?
Oh, yeah.
else?
Oh, I also wanted to talk about. Okay, I'm trying to remember, but I'm pretty sure Spider-Man: No Way Home is the one that comes before Doctor Strange. I wonder, is it before or
I
after
think
Doctor Strange?
it's before because
It's before, I'm pretty sure.
Multiverse of Madness came out later that year, right?
Yeah, in like March or something.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, March.
Something. Oh, maybe.
No, because
May or-
then Spider-Man
it's
come out
May.
at the beginning. Then it
That
came
was
out
like
at the beginning of the
December.
year. Oh no, it came out the year after. The year after, because Spider-Man was
Yeah,
at the end
because
of the
Doctor
year.
Strange had forgotten about Peter in that movie.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because
Wait, which movie?
Spider-Man: No Way Home and the cameos. Okay, okay. Now, what I want to say that the Spider-Man thing did well is that it actually listened to the fans, which is a very good thing
That
to
movie
do.
was full fan service.
That's how you
Which-
get. That's how you
which
get. You
we're
make
here
a lot
for.
of bucks. We got what we wanted.
I will say,
The hype was there.
I've never had a theater pop off other than Endgame. Whenever Andrew hopped through that portal,
Yep.
our theater literally lost. We had people standing up in their seats.
Yeah.
My theater was
Losing their
dead.
mind. The only other
wish mine
pop off
was.
I can think that is probably higher than that is Cat Lift and Mjolnir.
I know you're listening to it.
I mean, you got to.
feel the same way.
Like,
I didn't
cause
think that was great. Though.
that was
Yeah, I remember
But
in,
continue.
in theater when we were watching Endgame, my dad, whenever he see Black Panther, he'd be like, Wakanda. I'm like, get out my ear, bro.
Shout out to Desmond.
He'd be like, that's my fam out there or something. But, yo,
You
whoa,
not like me.
Yo, no, but,
shout out Dez.
yeah, father. But, Anyway, I want to talk about No Way Home was because they're adding a lot of cameos that are unnecessary. Because think about Doctor Strange when that happened. They added Reed Richards and they made him a fraud immediately. They gave us Black Bolt. He died in 2.5 seconds. They gave us Charles Xavier and freaking popped his neck off, which was wild. And it's like you're giving us characters and you're saying, yeah, here they are, but give us your money, and now they're gone. And also, I wanted to say that with the audience reactions, it's a little awkward, especially when you're rewatching it. 'Cause I remember I was rewatching it with my dad.
Yeah.
There's like a long pause, and they're just like,
They accounted for the fan applause.
yeah. So it's very weird to see, and it's like they're adding the moments where it's meant for to only watch it for the first time. It's not
specifically No Way Home.
specifically No
That's
Way Home.
valid. That is valid. Yeah.
And a lot of the multiverse stuff is becoming very overused, but I think it's being done. I think it's being done well. I knew you were gonna say it. I think it's being done well in the Into the Spider-Verse movies, very well. Where it's being, it has a what's the word I'm looking for, Brandon? Help me out here. It has a purpose. There we go. I got it.
I couldn't think of the word purpose.
Yo, my mind's
Very
running so fast.
purposeful writing.
Sometimes I start a sentence, I don't know where it's gonna end, guys.
Same.
So,
You could be talking.
but
Yapping.
I'm gonna let it slide. But those are my two, three things.
Okay.
Hey.
So this is a hard list, but also it's so easy for me. I know me and Nick have talked about it. Again, going last, you guys have definitely said pretty much my movies, but for what they are, it's not that the movies are bad though. We need to clarify that. It's not that the movies are bad.
Yeah, I said Ragnarok and Endgame.
And I would put Ragnarok on my list specifically. But you did make a good point where you could technically put, if we're saying the reasons for Ragnarok, which is like it introduced definitely the formulaic comedy, which is now in every MCU movie. You say that it started with Ragnarok, which I think that's when the formula was like clear and set. But I definitely think James Gunn
with first Guardians.
Now that you said that, but I don't want to blame Guardians of the Galaxy because I love, but I also love Ragnarok. But I think you got to put Guardians of the Galaxy up there, dude. I think Guardians of the Galaxy won.
So I know Justin's giving the most insane facial expressions where he's like, he even like some of these topics he's just.
But I will say you could, if we're being fair, I think you got to put Guardians of the Galaxy in there. But it's so bad because it breaks my heart to put that movie in there because it's so amazing. Yeah. But I think that movie is what started the formula. I think Ragnarok is what solidified it because it took a character that was not serious or that was serious and made them into the MCU comedy character. And if you can do that with him, you can do that with everybody, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, and it only progressed and it made itself worse with every movie that followed.
Those early like Batman movies really suffer from that because look at like
Batman and Robin.
Yes, bro. That's where it's headed. That's where it's headed. Because I mean, look how you had Batman Returns where it's very like serious like nitty gritty, and you get Batman Forever where it's like lighthearted. I mean, some people have their different opinions on it, but it sold a lot of money. Mm-hmm. And then they doubled down on it, and Batman and Robin, it was awful.
Yeah. The fact that Batman and Robin is a continuation of the Michael Keaton Batman is crazy. You would think they're in a totally different universe.
Exactly. I thought for a long time they were.
Yeah. It and also what's weird, this is a total side note, but in the movie The Flash, they get Michael Keaton to come back, but technically Michael Keaton's Batman is supposed to be the same Batman as what's his name?
Is it Ben Affleck? Are you talking about George Clooney?
George Clooney, yeah. So Michael Keaton's Batman is supposed to be the same Batman as George Clooney, technically, but then the Flash they get him as they're two different universes.
I thought he was Thomas Wayne in that movie.
No, he's
Bruce
Wayne.
Straight up Bruce.
Yeah, the movie was fun to watch, but it was very weird.
It was very weird, but we'll leave it.
I want to get on your point about like putting in Guardians as well as like you hate to put it in there.
Yeah,
I feel like that. One reason I put Infinity War in there, even though Endgame reasons because they made the stakes not worth it. Ragnarok because it created the comedy formula that now they've crashed and burned on. But I think Infinity War also was like one of a contributor to the downfall because it's like that saying you put all your eggs in one basket. They went all in up to this moment. And it's almost like they didn't plan for the aftermath on fans wanting more. It's like they had this build up for years and years and years and years, and you finally had this big shebang with Infinity War and Endgame. And then all the fans were like, what now? And it's almost like they were in a deer in the headlights. And they're like, oh, well, we got this. We have Echo.
Yeah.
And then fans are like, who? And they're like, we just want an Iron Man, you know?
Because they'll know you'll watch it.
Because I know you're watching. They're like, where's Chris Pratt? Where's Guardians? Where's all the people that we've grown up watching? Which part of that is the fans, bias towards that. But
the only thing I'll defend Infinity War because I still feel like the integrity of the writing was still there.
yeah,
Like I still feel like these are real characters and real situations, and some of them are funny, yeah, but they're still real. And in-game introduced characters that were not real because they don't make real decisions. Like the decisions are so stupid. And so that's definitely
I just
number
feel
two.
like it sucks because Marvel's been going on for so long. They gotta know when to cut the cord.
Yeah.
Like good example, or this is kind of a bad and good example, but like the Christian Bale's Batman's three movies, right?
Yeah.
Amazing 3 movies. Like, without a doubt. Dark Knight is some people's greatest movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would think that, there's obviously the previous older Batman movies that we were talking about, but you would think they'd be like, oh, let's continue this Batman story because blah, 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 this Batman was so successful. But no, they can get an equally just as successful movie with Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Yeah.
Completely different universe. Completely different setting, completely different actor, completely different story writers. It just as, if not the same level as success as Dark Knight and all of those movies, the new Batman movie had. So it's almost like why is Marvel not doing that? Why can't they take the same characters like Spider-Man's done, even though it's not as successful, as Batman's done, as I'm trying to think if there's any other characters that have done it successfully. Have different stories that have translated to different universes altogether. They have no correlation with each other other than the character is the same, right? So the different Batman universes, the different Spider-Man universes.
I would say the whole, even though it's in the same timeline, but they switch
You said
actors. I'd say the whole, but it's still in the same timeline, but they switch actors.
Yeah, but
here's
why
the
can't
thing.
they do that with the prime Marvel characters? Like, why can't you
I
have?
see what you
I
do.
see
Do
what
like
you're
a
So
a reboot.
why can't you have
That would
your
be
3 Iron
gasoline.
Man movies? Why can't you make some more Iron Man movies in a different universe, different actor like they've done for Batman, like they've done for Spider-Man? Like now they have completely different universe. Miles Morales Spider-Man, and that trilogy whenever it comes out is going to be the best trilogy.
I think,
You know what I'm saying?
I think what you're getting at is exactly what James Gunn is doing with the DC universe now. Is he's saying that there's going to be the main storyline movies, and then there's going to be the Elseworld movies, which the Batman is going to be, Robert Pattinson is going to be a part of.
Why can't Marvel do that?
Okay, here's why I think they can't do that. One, because they revolutionized. Really, I mean, there are evidence of connected movies, but they definitely revolutionized interconnected multiverse movies. As in, Harry Potter is technically a universe,
Star
but
Wars.
it's Star Wars, but they all are the same IP, Star Wars, right? And technically, these are all Marvel movies, but a Thor movie is directly correlated to a Captain Marvel, which is they're different names, and I don't really think we saw that before as to this degree, and I think they kind of have to keep running with that. I think they do need to get new characters, right, to fill the roles, but I think what really contributed to it was they wanted to have the core 6 defeat Thanos in Endgame, which is totally fine. Do that. However, the way they did it was awful, and Endgame is definitely one of the worst movies in the MCU, and that's just facts. as in.
That's a very bad way
Okay,
of
no,
saying
okay,
it.
I'll let you elaborate.
Let
Yeah,
me tell you
I
this.
was finna
Let
say-
me
Make it
get-
sound better. Make it sound better.
It's an amazing movie, but it's like
It's created a lot of bad things.
it's created.
It's
a
not
monster.
even that good
It's
of a
created
movie.
monster.
The only
Okay, I disagree
reason
with that.
the only reason you say it's a good movie is because one, you have the great characters and the actors that go with them, and two, you see these amazing moments. Okay, but let's think about it like realistically. All right, Captain America picking up Mjolnir that's from a different dimension is stupid. Because guess what? In Thor: Love and
It's not a
Thunder,
different dimension.
Mjolnir just comes back together. Why can't they just do that for Captain America?
Also, I want to add on to one of the things I said earlier about Captain Marvel being bland. Also, Jane Foster is bland too. Good thing that she got packed up in that second movie.
Were you just
'Cause,
letting that
oh
cook,
my
bro?
gosh, bro. She said one of the worst lines. I told myself I would look up exactly what she said. Yo, team, could you pull that up for me? But Jane Foster said one of the lamest lines I ever seen. She said something, bro. I can't. Oh, I'm cringing thinking about it, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh,
Yo, you were letting this cook, weren't you? Man, that girl was stewing.
look up Jane Foster, but
Jane Foster, Thor: Love and
Oh,
Thunder.
is
is Mallory our editing team now?
Yeah, sure.
It's
In
like
post?
Joe Rogan, like the
Joe Rogan.
Hey,
Hey,
Google that. Google that. Listen to me.
Pull it on the
Listen-
Can you
TV.
pull that up?
Let him cook. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Let's think about some things. One, you said that Captain America picking up the shield and saying Avengers Assemble was great. Okay. First of all, I hated the way he said Avengers Assemble. He whispers it, and you're like, dude.
Oh, it did sound
Get
a
a
little
freaking
weird.
battle cry.
I thought it
He was
gas.
out of breath. He was
No,
out
he's
of breath.
not. He was Avengers.
And he got Thor.
Yo, that's when they all started running there. Thor.
We waited. We
Imagine
waited.
they're sitting there like, we supposed to go? Like,
2008 is when the MCU, started technically with Iron Man and whatnot, and we're waiting until 2018 Endgame came out, right?
2019.
10 years. We're waiting for him to yell. They've teased it. We want to hear him say it. It's the Captain America line. Assemble. Like what?
Bro, he was
But
running. Bro, he was
also,
running.
also, he picks up Mjolnir from a different dimension.
Yeah, that's.
What'd you say?
Ooh, she said. Oh, bro, I can't read this. Bro.
Let me read that. Let me
Yeah. Get
let
you
me
going.
see. Let me see. Let me
Yo,
see.
Justin, read that aloud for us, bro.
So Jane Foster and Thor: Love and Thunder said, my name is Mighty Thor, and if that's still too hard for you, you can call me Dr. Jane Foster. And one last thing, eat my hammer. Yeah, that's one of the worst lines I've ever had to read in my entire life.
no.
Thank God I did not watch that
I've seen a lot of
movie.
memes on TikTok lately about bad lines. A lot of people are starting to like destroy Gal Gadot in the Justice League movie. Where
Oh,
she's
she was like,
Kal-El, no.
Hey, I can't lie. It's Morbin times
and
unironically.
Morbin time is crazy.
That's low-key unironically funny. That is hilarious.
No, dude. I mean, but that's the thing is the writing is the problem.
Yeah.
It's really what they've done is they've written themselves into a corner, but they also have the mandate of we need content.
Yeah.
So, for example, Thor's hammer is okay. Mjolnir comes back together. They don't explain it. Comes back together, but couldn't do that for Captain America, even though he's worthy. It's you can only do it. You have to go back in time and get a different version of it.
Right.
That's dumb. Okay.
All right, to be fair, that joke that they made mid-fight where Thor hands him,
yeah.
you take the little one. That one is kind of funny.
Oh yeah, just for it to be weird in the second Thor movie where he has this relationship with
Yes,
his hammer.
it's so
that was
weird.
so weird.
But that's what I'm saying is Endgame is the worst movie in the thing because of what it's done for the MCU. As in, it is impossible to come back from that because every time you have a problem, especially now that Loki has cleared the TVA and you can do it, you should just time jump everything. And also, they have this big elaborate plan of going back and getting the stones at different points in time. Everybody just go back to right before Thanos destroys them and just grab him from him because he's already weakened.
Oh, what they say? Hulk just explained it in one of the worst ways possible. I thought they made it clear and simple that it's not like Back to the Future where you can go back, but then they were like, oh, but it actually is.
Yeah, but actually, we're just gonna go get the stuff.
make it make sense.
But also, it's
But no, Doctor Strange, he saw the timelines. Only one.
Exactly.
There's only
yes.
one.
Oh my! But also, here's the thing though. here's the thing, right?
I'm gonna let you cook. For a second.
This makes me mad as well. Okay, first of all, just go back. First point, go back to when Thanos, before he destroys the time stones, or destroys the stones and all of them, and just take them from him as as in a powered up. They have stones too, people, and mess them up, right? But the biggest thing that still confuses me to this day, and shout out to how it should have ended, the YouTube channel, because I was not as big of a hater on Endgame until I watched that, and I'm like that they make so many great points. Vision is killed in Infinity War. His brain explodes.
That's what he did, bro.
doing, bro? He was taking it out his noggin, bro.
His brain explodes,
Bro.
right?
It just explodes.
And what does Thanos do? He
rewinds
uses the
it back.
time stone,
Why couldn't
rewinds him.
Exactly. Why couldn't they just use it on the gauntlet itself?
Use it on Tony Stark, dude. Doctor Strange is looking at him like,
Yeah.
No, Doctor Strange is the most facetious guy ever, because he's literally just like, yeah, I could bring you back right now,
Keep it the time still.
but
It's like they don't want to use their brain at all for the sake of the plot.
but it's
and
just like they've
contracts.
created so many plot holes that now it's like every movie is stupid.
Yeah.
And that leads me to my number one choice. The movie that I knew without a shadow of a doubt it's over because I paid $40 to watch this movie in the I literally was like, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the movie. This is gonna be the movie that brings it back, and we have a great MCU again.
Good.
And it is Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness.
I remember you. Oh, you got home.
yeah.
You were steaming.
I was
boy.
so mad, dude. First of all, let me just put it out there. Sam Raimi is the director who directed the Tobey Maguire movie.
Yeah.
Right? However, he literally did not watch WandaVision. Which,
Oh, yeah.
say what you will about it, that show is phenomenal. Great story writing, dude. Have you watched it?
Who?
Have you watched it?
What?
Yo, he getting
Have you watched
pressed.
WandaVision?
What?
Have you watched it, dude?
Word on clear as day.
You know he didn't
You
watch
know
it.
you haven't. That's why you can't answer.
Watch what?
WandaVision. Bro.
Who?
Okay, bro.
See, you said
Nah,
they need
dude,
to introduce new
dude,
characters. He
Dude,
doesn't
he's
even
the
wanna
biggest
look at
op there.
them. He is. He's just hating.
But listen, WandaVision.
I'm
is great.
hating. Okay.
WandaVision is so good, right? It is so good. She resolves that show by being like, yeah, I love my kids and I love my family, but like grief and loss are a part of life. She learns that fundamental lesson. What happens in Doctor Strange 2? Oh yeah, I just forgot about that.
She was like,
that was
oh.
so
You know,
stupid.
also, I found out it's confirmed that she dies.
Yeah, she's dead.
That's awful.
That was dumb. On
It's
screen
so
is
bad.
crazy.
It is the worst
Off-screen
movie.
deaths.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, Scarlet Witch is
She's
dead.
a
She,
dead.
she gets hit with some rubble. I've seen her get. I was about to say something wild.
Did we
she
watch
get hit
that
with
movie?
some crazy mess way before that. But
We
she
watched
gets
that
hit with
together,
a
right?
motor.
I don't know. I've seen
It happens sometimes, bro.
I thought we watched
It's
it
kind of
together.
like in JoJo's when they get ran over.
Anyway, but it's just like it's one of those things where
Yeah, Jaden, she's dead. Oh, Jaden's
literally-
googling it.
They just said.
Literally, do you have like the first TV show is WandaVision, and the first TV show in the MCU is phenomenal, and then you're just gonna completely ruin it like that, and that is not. I cannot forgive that. You know what I mean? What'd you look up, Jaden?
She looked up.
About-
She didn't know WandaVision was dead.
Oh yeah, no, she
Wanda.
dies. A
Yeah,
freaking
not
boulder
WandaVision.
Yeah,
falls
she died
on
at the end of the movie.
It says Scarlet Witch
Yeah,
is
Just, thank you.
confirmed as dead in the MCU, but this final fate cements her character as having gone down a tragic yet inorganic unearthed path.
But also, let me point out
Thank you,
one
staff
thing.
team.
Let me point out one thing. Okay, here's how you make a better movie. I've thought about this every day since the movie came out. This is my Roman Empire. Here's how you make a better movie. Okay, what's one of the biggest problems in that movie is immediately we know Scarlet Witch is the villain because he goes to her and he's like, "Well, I didn't tell you her name," which is the biggest dumbest cliche ever. All right.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
Yeah, right. And then literally he's like, and then now she's attacking people. She's trying to get America and trying to take over. And then literally the story progresses exactly how you think it would, and it's not even good. All right, here's what you do. You can still have Scarlet Witch be the villain, but here's what you do, right? Let her be a double agent. Let her be the inside guy. Let her be the villain, but let her also be the one that tries to explain how to use the powers to America, right?
Right.
And because what you're doing is you're establishing a plot device, as in you need America to develop her powers, right? Let's do it in an organic manner, because then you get Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch, two of the best magic users in the entire MCU. Help her create her powers. Help her develop her powers. Right. You need her to be stronger so Scarlet Witch can fulfill her use of the powers.
Her
right?
needs.
Yeah. And then what happens is though you develop a relationship with them. You develop a relationship between Scarlet Witch and America that is like where it makes her feel bad, right? But she's already unlocked this monster or some kind of villain that compromises that and is unrelenting. And so she ends up having to sacrifice herself to save America, but also America has the developed powers to defeat that monster now and to save the universe, basically. And you've covered so many points right there, and it really gives the character the ability to develop their powers in a story arc. However, they just do exactly what Marvel does now, and it's like, oh, because we had like a 5-minute conversation earlier and I got my ass whooped 5 minutes, into the movie, now I know how to use my power, so I'm God tier level superhero now.
Kind of like Ray. Someone had to say it. But
Yeah, dude.
But
Oh
that's
my-
a topic
Ray,
for another
Ray
time.
Skywalker. Like,
I do.
We'll talk about it
Dude.
another time.
That's a whole episode worth of rant.
We might need you. We might need you in the studio, man.
Man, sorry.
Might need you in the
We
studio.
might need to put you on the payroll, dude.
I got a little hot there. I'm not even gonna lie, man.
I can tell, dude.
Oh,
Man.
I wanted to say a few times also, like, who the heck could make Guardians of the Galaxy a household name? Like, because no one cared about Guardians of the Galaxy beforehand, which was an incredible feat. I've been trying to say that for a
I think
while.
we glossed over there right already.
Yeah, but I couldn't let it go unpassed or
I mean,
untouched.
that's a good point.
No, I think we talked
literally-
about that an hour ago.
Yeah.
Good job.
Okay, bro.
Good job.
I'm gonna let it slide.
You're just over there like
But-
observing, noting everything down.
But that's a
Trying to
great
learn.
point, as in who was allowed the ultimate creative direction for the Guardians of the Galaxy? James
Right.
Gunn. James Gunn literally fought for it and he got it. And what happened? He made the best trilogy. I mean, it's definitely the best Marvel trilogy, but you could put it up there as one of like standalone trilogies. It's one of the best.
Captain America's better.
No. What?
I said, you guys can't see, but Mal is shaking her head. But
Thanks, staff team.
But I mean, essentially, that is the ultimate thing is when you have directed writing that saves it, and we don't have that anymore. And it's so willy nilly, and there's just no direction that is really concrete. I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
So I think that pretty much covers everything, and I think that is also now we have no.
We're never talking about
Video.
Marvel again. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking.
What were you gonna say, Justin? I'm sorry.
Was I gonna say something?
Well, I was just saying, like, everyone got to do, like, how they want, like, the
I don't know. If
Oh,
Justin
I don't.
had
I don't have that enough
Hey, we
knowledge.
started
for
with
that.
him. We started with Justin because he was like,
Oh yeah, I did say. What did I say? I said maybe in game.
yeah.
I like Black Panther.
Hey, Black Panther was amazing.
It was actually really good. Like, yeah.
What
I
else
feel bad. I kind of feel bad. I mean, Black Panther 2 was good
Whoa.
for, like, the cards that they got dealt.
All cats can say
Okay.
don't let him cook, but he cooked.
It's definitely not the first one. I don't think it's better than the first one. I think the first
No, I
one's
don't
better.
think it's better than the first.
I don't either.
yeah, me neither.
No, you did like it better than the first one.
I said it was
I
close.
did.
I still think it's close.
I just don't. I don't know. They
They kind of did Shuri at bad. They get her dirty at the end of the.
No, they did
agree.
Ironheart dirty. That was the worst CGI I've ever seen in my
That's just
life.
it.
Oh no, her character was awful.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Someone had to say it.
I didn't
No,
like it. I
the
didn't like
how
it.
it should have ended thing. They were like when the new Black Panther and Namor come. But first of all, Namor's name is dope. How
Yeah.
they say how they came up with it. Sin Namor. That's perfect. But they came back and like all the Wakandans are dead and the Atlanteans are outnumbering them. And all of a sudden they're like, oh no, we're having peace now. And they're like real how it should have ended. So like realistically, they would have seen Namor would have seen how there's like no Wakandans left, and they'd be like, all right, just fight 'em."
Isn't Black Panther the only movie that someone's won an Oscar with Angela
Oh,
Bassett?
Angela. Yeah, because she was acting like it was her last time ever
What do you mean,
acting.
won an Oscar with a superhero movie?
For, yeah, in a
I think she
superhero
was
movie.
she nominated or she win?
Remember Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah, that's right.
We
Oh,
were-
that's true. Okay, well,
That's
maybe
a lie.
narrow the
Last
scope. Marvel.
Oh, the camera's not on.
First.
Marvel, yeah, I think
It's just Angela Bassett.
I think it's the only Marvel actor that has won an Oscar for a Marvel movie.
Guys, I was joking.
But I think we've pretty much covered everything. And before we head out, we'll definitely get Nick's random top three.
Oh, we're making this a real segment.
Absolutely,
Last time
dude.
on the podcast,
Pull
Mike.
into it, man.
I'm
What you
scared.
got?
All right. We made this a weekly thing. Brandon has his top 3 video games. I'm going to do my top 3 random things off the wall. Literally could be anything in the world. This week, boys, y'all ready?
Go
Michael,
ahead.
drum roll, please.
Don't ever make that sound effect in your life, bro. That
That's your drum roll?
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. That
You're welcome.
really hit it home.
I
All
don't
right.
know. I might break the mic.
Don't interrupt me. So random top 3s. Top 3 places to sleep at your friend's house at a
sassy.
sleepover.
Rapid fire.
Brandon,
fire.
go.
Don't even think about it. All right, top 3 places to sleep. I definitely say like on the couch. I mean, that's awesome. I'm gonna put definitely. No, I was gonna say something.
Rapid fire.
I know.
Okay.
You were gonna
Let's
say.
go.
I was gonna say something wrong, but I'm not gonna do it.
Their mom.
No. No, I was not gonna say that. But definitely, like, couch is great. I think.
Dude,
You're thinking about it now. You do want to say with their mom.
You want to say something crazy?
Say it, bro.
Oh, bro.
Their dad.
Honestly, I'm a big under the coffee
Little
table
homie?
guy.
Under the coffee table?
I'm a big under the coffee table guy for sure.
He kind of cook with
That's
it.
Yeah.
sure.
And then let's go behind the couch because I'm a big fan of like just squeezing up and feeling like I'm about to suffocate. Yep.
Which way we going? We going this way?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, what you got?
oh,
Might go.
Let's go. Chair.
Valid.
Hear me out. I low key. It always comes to my
So
mind.
the in a
Obviously, I
chair?
would never do something like what
In a chair, or under a chair.
in.
Oh, in.
I meant on.
In the chair.
Hot take. This may be crazy. I always thought about sleeping in a bathtub because, like, I Am Legend during the
Yeah.
apocalypse, where he's with the
Yeah.
dog in the
He
bathtub.
kind of cook.
Sure. But let's go with the ottoman. Is that what's called, right?
Yep.
Ottoman.
Yep.
Low key, you stretch out like a. Never mind. Stretch out on the ottoman. The
You
camera's
keep
not even
looking
on.
at the camera.
Sorry,
Sorry,
cameras
yeah.
are-
The camera,
The camera's not, bro. I'm sorry. If only you could see my hand movement. Pause. But yeah, those are my 3.
All right, Justin, what you got?
All right, so we're gonna go with 1 leftover shopping bags. 2.
That's
the
your blanket?
Yeah. Then 2, we're gonna go under the pizza boxes we ate out of that night. And 3, I have to go in the bed with the homie.
Oh, that's
See,
a good take.
that's what I was thinking about. I was like, I don't want to say that.
Oh, what's so bad?
But I feel you, dog. Come here.
I bet you will be feeling him, dog.
You guys couldn't see
I
it.
bet you will be feeling him.
What do you got? What's your
damn,
three?
man, your feet
You
cold.
guys couldn't see, but they. In fact, you guys couldn't see.
You're gonna wake up. You're gonna be like, oh, good morning, sleepyhead. You wake up next to it.
All right, Nick. What's your top?
Oh, mine. We're gonna go. I think someone's already said this. Under the kitchen table. You know, anything can be your blanket.
Yeah.
Like literally anything. Number 2, underneath your homie's bed
I was thinking
while
about
he's sleeping in it.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
All right.
That way the body heat, whatever. And then number 1, I'm really not sure. I'm gonna go with the laundry basket if it's big enough.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
guys, I know there's gonna be no video. He is not fitting in that laundry bag.
I said if it's big enough. My laundry basket, no. I'd be like, it'd only just be my butt cheeks in it.
What do you mean by
Okay. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, so I can't say butt cheeks.
honorable mention: the floor.
That's
and
like half the answer.
you said something about the heat conducting to the bottom of the
Okay.
bed. That's not how heat conduction works.
It's
Good job,
convection.
What?
Don't even worry about it.
Oh, so Brandon,
You
can
were
talk
saying
about
like
amygdala.
the heat conduction. You were saying it would
Your
conduct
frontal
through the
cortex.
bed and emanate heat
I
off
said
of the
the
bed.
body heat.
From how's it getting to
He
you?
rises though.
Or does
Oh
it?
yeah.
That's what I say. How's the heat going down? To
That's what
you?
he's meaning. It's convection.
I just got science checked. That's crazy.
Yep. What's your last pick, bro?
Laundry
He
basket.
said 3.
What'd you say?
Laundry basket.
Under,
was the
he
third-
said,
what was all
he
three of
said
them then?
under the kitchen table.
Under the kitchen table.
Oh, okay.
Underneath your homie's bed
And
while he's
then
sleeping
the
in
laundry basket.
the laundry basket.
Got you. All right, man. I think that's super weird, but this might be the last time we do Nick's random
Okay.
3.
And this is the last
Y'all
time
been getting
I'll
dogged
ever
on a
have him
little
on the podcast. See you later, dude.
I just want to
been
saving
re-
my own skin.
You've been replaced.
Brandon greenlighted that segment. He knew
Green.
my top 3.
Yeah, that,
Splash.
do we have evidence? I don't think so.
I do have evidence.
Enjoy your last time on the
I'll take you to the
podcast,
paper.
Monster Mike.
All right. Anything? Any?
You're taking my
any-
screen time. Say no.
You guys
Any
couldn't
last
see, but I'm
comments? Any
crazy.
last round 'em up comments, guys?
Subscribe to
Absolutely.
Follow me on Twitch.
to their
Hey,
channel.
the camera's not
But-
on, but follow me on Twitch.
subscribe to this channel, but also subscribe to my channel. Link in the description.
Sub the first floor.
Yep.
Really want to just apologize for that last top 3. That wasn't my best outing.
It's okay.
I mean, that's all right.
You had a
Yeah.
poor performance on the top
Hey,
3.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't
Hey,
take.
look, you know
Next
the-
week we're to
that's
come
not
back with a
true
better
at all.
one.
We're all about positivity and love
Pushing P.
and silver linings over here at the First Floor Podcast.
That
So
shit sucks.
the silver lining, no, the silver lining is only about 17 people. In here.
Yo, I be saying some like sometimes when
Hey.
I be saying some jokes on my YouTube channel. I be like, I mean, who's really gonna watch it?
Like,
So, my
Y'all
image
know
might
we-
be ruined.
We'll
And
worry
your
about
mom
it
just comes
later.
in the room. Michael, come on.
Y'all
no,
know
I
we
make
stand
sure
for
no
pushing
one's
P.
home. No.
Oh, really?
I gotta have that full reign to say whatever I want to say.
Hey, when's the next video dropping though, Monster Mike?
We're looking at I want to say Monday, so I can do Monday, Tuesday, and then Friday,
You
Saturday.
gotta give the viewers a date. What was that?
Give my boy
what's today?
subscri-
The
some
20
subscription.
24th.
The 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th. We're looking at 29th, guys.
Y'all get ready for the 29th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's gonna be some heat
Give Michael some love.
every time.
All right, man. I think that was a very successful podcast.
Have fun editing that one.
Absolutely. I'm excited about it. I'm over here just thinking about it.
Beaming with
Vibrating
joy.
with
Oh,
Yo,
joy.
he's
God.
eyeing the time. He's like,
Oh, yeah. And whenever that first number hits 2, I'm gonna get a little worried. But anyway, all right, man. I think that's about it. Thank you guys for watching or listening. I guess now half and half
Yeah.
probably. But we appreciate you guys and thank you so much, Michael, for heading out and coming to the pod, dude.
Hey, round of applause for Michael.
Round of applause, right? Best guest so far,
Who
dude.
want me?
Only guest so far, if we're
Yeah,
being real.
exactly. One for
Yeah,
one.
1 for 1.
my OG, right, guys?
Yeah. That was
All right,
such
man.
a bad high five.
You want to give a sneak peek to next week's topic if you have it already?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have it, but
I thought you were like weeks in advance. my
no,
bad.
no. This was I put all my marbles in this basket for this one. Dude. Like, I was all about this episode. If you couldn't tell, but no, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out for sure. But I think that's it. I think we just appreciate you guys for listening. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit it. Give us a like. Give us some comments what you want to hear. Some good topics. I think that would help a lot. And we just really appreciate everybody tuning in. And we'll see you next week. All right.
Goodbye.
Adios.
W, isn't he?